just gonna do it.
Yeah, how do I make a good thumbnail? How do I get people to click my video?
You want it to be simple. You want them to be able to, like, when they're scrolling through their suggested or homepage or whatever touch point, you want them to instantly be able to understand what you're conveying, and you want them to feel some type of emotion. You know what I mean? The way I like to phrase it is you want to make it so interesting or spike their curiosity or whatever emotion so much that, like, if they don't click it, they'll wonder, you know, before they go to bed, like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like an example would be, like, if you uploaded a video, I rode a skateboard with 1,000 other people on it, and, like, people are falling off the side or whatever. And I'm envisioning, like, a giant skateboard and people, like, hanging on the side of it. Maybe it's, like, about to go off a big ramp. If you don't click that, you're gonna, like, be so curious. It's gonna be on your mind, you know? Later in the day when you're daydreaming, you're gonna think, like, what happened? What happened to those 1,000 people on that skateboard? That's kind of the mindset I think you should have when making thumbnails.
How often do you change a thumbnail on a video? Is that something, do you usually just stick with one, or you try different ones?
Well, I think we get better at making thumbnails every year. So it's more, when I upload a thumbnail, I usually think it's good, and I don't change it most of the time. But what happens is, like, 3 years later, I look back, and I'm like, oh, that's a horrible thumbnail. And so it's usually, like, every 2 years, we just go back and update a lot of our older thumbnails just because they're terrible. Just with, like, the new knowledge we have and what we've learned. And funny enough, that actually usually does help quite a bit when we update the thumbnails on old videos. They usually do see a little bit of an uptick because they're just, you know, if we take an old thumbnail where it's like seeing if whatever, like 100,000 magnets can stop a car, and it just looks terrible.